Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's doing good. So today is going to be a video review on the Blaze Video A280 trail camera. And this review has come about because I've used a wide variety of trail cameras over the past 10 years. Variety of brands. Some have worked, some have not, some have done okay. So I've always been on kind of the lookout for good quality trail cameras at a reasonable price that have plenty of features and all that. So there's this company that I have used their trail cameras now for about 4 years, and they've worked pretty good. I have two of the old ones back here. These I've just serviced today and brought back to the bench here. Got them all cleaned up. Got all the pine pollen and just goo from the forest out there off of them, cleaned them up good, replaced the batteries, made sure the time and all that's functioning correctly, and then I'll be putting these back into service. So I've bought a variety of these over the years, this kind of the same model, and they've worked really well. So what's kind of happened is I had an older Cabela's trail camera, and also a Moultrie and some other off brands and all that, and those have gradually crapped out over time as they've gotten older and been out in the woods, and the wear and tear of being outside 24 hours a day kind of takes its toll. So anyways, was starting to look around, and the thing is, of course, today is there's so many different companies out there selling trail cams that it's getting to the point where it's just about confusing. Since I've had good luck with these Blaze video cameras over the past couple years, I decided to see if they had something that was a little bit more kind of upgraded. The one thing with these older ones is they don't have any sound. They take pretty good video, and they take decent pictures and stuff, but there was no sound, so that was one thing I was looking for in terms of a feature. So they have this new model that's come out, and I went ahead and got a couple of these. And so we're going to go ahead and kind of take an in-depth look at it and look at the specs and everything else. Okay, so we got everything out of the box. It's pretty simple. It's straightforward. Just a USB cord if you do want to use that. I just use a SD card, take it in and out, and kind of just swap them around. And then a strap for putting it around a tree or a pole or something like that. There's also a little screw-in divot there. If you have some sort of mount for a tree that you can screw that into, you can do that too. Doesn't come with any other hardware, so you'd have to kind of sort that out yourself. And then we have our instruction manual. I found before with the Blaze video cameras is that the instructions are well written, easy to understand. Sometimes you get some of these instructions for different things from different companies and they're not really well written or whatever. So everything in here pretty straightforward in terms of everything that you need to know. You can use alkaline or lithium. One thing I found with the older Blaze video cameras here, one thing I liked about them was I never really had any battery issues with them. Some other brands I have had battery issues in the past where 3 days basically the thing craps out on you or whatever. Typically what I have found with these Blaze video cameras, at least with these older models, is I was getting about 3 to 4 months on alkaline batteries and about 6 months on lithium batteries. So it says you can either use 8 alkaline or you can use 8 lithium. Obviously you'd never mix the two together. They do recommend that you use lithium though, so generally that's what I try to go for, but sometimes the lithium batteries they can be a bit pricey depending on what the demand is in the market, so I always try to source good deals on those. If I can't get them and then it's like summertime, I'll just use just regular batteries, and in the summer it's not as much an issue as whenever it's cold in the winter. So, depending on what I have, like right now, I probably only have 2 sets of lithiums for the 4 trail cameras I got. So I'll just use the alkaline and the rest of them. And then also too, just a standard size SDHC memory card. So I usually use like a 32 gig memory card, and that seems to work good for me. And then also in terms of what are our features, it says up to 24 megapixels still photos, 1296 20 feet per second, or 1080 p 30 feet per second, frames per second. See, I'm so hardwired from doing shooting and reloading stuff. I'm all wired into feet per second, but frames per second. And then H.264 video clips with audio. And then also too, with the older Blaze video cameras, I thought usually the night vision was pretty good. I've used some cameras where it kind of isn't all that great, so I'm kind of excited to see, because these are, these are new 2022, and these are like 2018, 2019 models, 2020 models. I'm interested to see how well this one works at night. The older ones, they seem to work pretty good, but I'm curious to see how good this is going to be, so we'll check it out. Wide angle view, 70 degrees, and then also too, LCD color screen, so you can review things or make whatever changes you need. A fast trigger time, so this is something you always need to watch for with a lot of these cameras, is that with a lot of this wildlife and stuff, for me personally, I don't want it to be too lazy. I want it to basically be on the ball, and whenever that animal appears in frame, to basically snatch a picture of it or video. And then there's some other stuff you can do. It says it's waterproof and all that sort of stuff, and temperature resistant and everything. So as I've found with these other ones, they seem to hold up pretty good. I think this one right here has been outside for about 4 years now. And like I said, I just cleaned it up a bit, but it's still, running like a train on time. So, it's doing pretty good. I've had others that have not held up as well as that. And then a couple things about the PIR lens and stuff like that. So if you read the instruction manual, it's got some good stuff in it, for what you need to know, and basically how to set it all up and all that stuff. Loading the batteries, the SD card, all that should be pretty much common sense for us out there. And then, the different modes and stuff and all that. Usually what I always do is I set mine up to take photos and videos at the same time, essentially. So, however you want to do it, whatever works for you. 1080p works fine for me. So you can use the higher setting of 1296 if you need to, but probably for me, 1080p will be fine. Video length, the default is 10 seconds. I usually like to set mine for about 30 seconds or so. Because a lot of my wildlife kind of likes to hang around and stuff. And also the photo quality, they have a default setting at 4 megapixels. I might set mine a little bit higher. And then the temperature, the sensitivity of PIR sensor, temperature affects the sensitivity. If it's really warm outside, you can set it on the warm setting, but you might want to use a lower setting whenever it's colder. So that's one thing I'll have to kind of fool around with these cameras, is to kind of, depending on where I put them, if you get in a situation where it's getting triggered way too much, then we'll need to dial down the sensitivity. And then, yeah, just all different stuff like setting the date and time and all that, pretty easy. Where you position the cameras at, kind of depends on how you want to do it. Usually I go for a younger tree or something like that. And but yeah, so pretty straightforward. And then let's go ahead, we'll open it up here. Okay, so to open it up, we just take this lever here on the side, flick that up, and then it should pop loose, and then we just open it up. Battery compartment on the right, our controls here on the left. So we need to get our batteries installed. So we'll start out with some lithium. SD card goes right there, and should be pretty straightforward. Okay, so we got our batteries installed. There's also a little protective plastic film. You can peel that off. It's also on the lenses outside too. You can Get rid of that and ditch that. So we got our batteries installed. And then so typically what I do for my SD cards is I use the SanDisk cards. Those are pretty much the ones that I find are reliable, and they just never let me down. So we can go ahead and get our new card installed. And then also, let's go ahead and fire it up a little bit here. So our welcome screen looks like the regular Blaze video. So now we can go into our menu and kind of set everything. I'm going to go with photo and video. The photo quality, let's step it up. Yeah, let's go to the max and see how that goes. Photo burst, 1 picture. Let's go with 2 pictures. Video quality, let's see, 1080 I think is fine. But you know what? Hey, let's try 1296 and let's see how that goes. And then our video length, 30. Whoop. And let's set that to 30. And video sound, video format, MP4 is fine. Detection delay, 10 seconds. Let's walk it down a bit, and let's go with 0 seconds. Let's try it out. We'll set the sensitivity on high. Side motion sensors are on. Motion test. Time lapse interval for red flash. Let's go high. Date and time. We can set that later. And you can put a password on it if you want. We don't need to format the SD card, and that should be pretty much good to go. So I'm sure what y'all want to see is the picture quality and also too the video quality. So we're going to be doing this review over a period of time. We'll make sure we get some good quality video and also some pictures so you have a good idea what everything looks like. And then also I'll let a period of time go by so we can actually see how the batteries are holding up and all that sort of thing compared to the old Blaze cameras and how well those did. I would say 6 months on lithium batteries is pretty good. I'm not complaining about that. So let's see how well these do and how it goes. Hey folks, so let's go ahead and wrap up the review. We now have a bit of time with these Blaze video cameras. Also, if you're interested, after I finish this part here, I'll add in some more wildlife footage. If you want to see more of that, feel free to hang on in the video and you can check all that out. But anyway, so far, using these, just like my previous experience with the Blaze video cameras, very happy with them. They just don't really give me any trouble at all. No trouble at all, actually. And so far, this one here, I think we've been chugging along for about a month and a half now. And we'll check the battery life. And still looking good, 3 bars. Yeah, everything's fine. So yeah, you know, if they hold up like the previous Blaze video cameras, where you get 6 months basically with lithiums, that's cool. But you know, with all the 6 that I have so far, batteries are holding up good, no problems at all. Everything's going fine on that front. Sometimes I've seen trail cameras before that'll have issues with battery drain and stuff like that, and haven't seen anything like that go on. So, you know, big thumbs up on that. I'd say that's kind of one of the big issues I've seen with trail cameras is that whole issue with battery drain. It's been a problem I've had with different manufacturers in the past, and that can be annoying because especially with the price of lithium batteries, you know, it's kind of a pain if you go through that. The other thing too, in terms of sensitivity, some other cameras I've run into issues before where they're taking, you know, 5,000 pictures of the tree blown back and forth for the next hour, and these have been real good in terms of not having any sort of like false pictures compared to some of the other cameras I've used in the past. So that's worked out pretty good, and very happy with that because that cuts down the amount of pictures that you have to wade through. So all good on that front. In terms of the photo and video quality, very happy with that. Everything has come out really good. I like the IR lights and the sensors. They seem to work great. Takes great photos at night, I think, for the price point. Can't fault it at that at all. It's better than other cameras I've used in the past. So I know technology gradually gets a little bit better as we go through the years. But yeah, very happy with that. The daytime photos, the videos and everything that comes out of it. I like the fact that it's got the sound capability too. So that's been good to have. You know, as the bear walks by grunting or whatever or making noise, you can, you know, hear it. It's more of a complete video than just having a video with no sound or audio. So yeah, when it comes down to it, having bought the original 4 and being real happy with them and then bought 2 more, yeah, I think these are going to be an important part of my, you know, toolkit for a while. And you know, wouldn't be opposed to buying a couple more too, because there's other places I can use them. So, you know, very happy with them. You know, if you end up buying them yourself, I hope you're happy with them too. For me, they've worked well. Can't complain at all. They've done everything that they're supposed to do. So what more can you say? Anyways, if you're interested, you can check out the Amazon Associates link below. That just kicks back a small commission to the channel if you do end up buying these. And the more support we get, the more videos we can crank out, and the more we can up the production on videos and different things like that. I've got a shopping list of different camera equipment and stuff I want to buy to upgrade the channel. So every little bit helps. Do appreciate that. Anyway, stay tuned. We got more wildlife footage I'll roll in after this. Hope you enjoyed the video. And also too, coming up, we've got more reloading videos. We got more shooting videos. We got more rural property videos. We got more product reviews. We have some driving stuff that I'm actually working on, and so much else. Right now, we're probably looking at about 20 videos in various states of production. So I'm really working on cranking them out. So stay tuned, folks, and we'll see you next time.